Hopefully today's a good one. We'll see though. And I'm adjust the volume so you can hear me because I just realized the volume is down. So hopefully everyone can hear me. Again, hello, I'm Mariah. Hello everyone, I'm Mariah. And this is Monday's live stream. We'll see how it goes. On Monday live streams only, or typically, my community decides the topic. Also for my celebratory streams, there are polls to decide the topic, which people vote on. So we'll see how today's live stream goes. Hopefully it's good. My week is good so far. I don't know, my brain, I don't know. How am I? I'm okay, I guess. Just thinking about a lot of things that's stressing me out, so that's why I said I'm okay. Yeah. Hopefully, Nick, we don't have too many, hopefully we don't have too many trolls. I would love there not to be any trolls, but you know how that goes. So yeah. And warning for anyone that's new to the channel, disrespect to me or anyone in the chat, you will just automatically be getting removed. I'm not playing. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're stressed. But I'm glad you're having a good week too. Thinking. I don't know. I have ideas of what I want to do for what I want to put on the poll for when we get to 1,480. Oh, hi, Mildred. But I don't know what's gonna happen because I'm thinking of the ideas I have, and then I'm going to do write-in for the last one because he won't have ideas outside of what I have. So we'll see. You said, "Oh, I'm sorry, it was a long weekend." Well, wait, good. That's good then. So you have off today and Thursday. Why Thursday? Instead of why is it not Monday and Tuesday instead of Monday and Thursday? That's just a question. I don't know. So since you guys are the only two in the chat, what do you guys want to do? Oh, it's a holiday. What kind of holiday? Curious. And of course, inappropriate stuff. If you write anything inappropriate in the chat, it's automatically gonna get blocked because I'm not playing games. I'm just sick and tired of disrespectful people. And hello. Oh wow. So this is always fun. Oh wow. That's my sister's birthday. On Thursday. Oh yes. Also, in advance, Nick and Mildred, thank you in advance for all the modding. First off, thank you for all the modding, the awesome modding you have been doing on my Monday streams. And thank you in advance for the modding you're going to do today. Hopefully you don't have to do too much, but we'll have to see because unfortunately, I can't control who comes in this chat and what they say. Unfortunately. Thank you. What am I thinking? Oh, I'm glad that today's stream is not going to be as emotional as last week's because last week was not. I did not intend to. I know you do your best, so that's why I already say thanks. And I appreciate it because I see some stuff, I just ignore it, but then you catch it, so I don't have to say anything. But back to saying, last week's stream was very emotional, so it drained me a lot more than normal. So this week's stream is not going to be as emotional, because I'm not going back into that because I don't want to. So yeah. But so what do we want to do in the stream? And nothing inappropriate. I don't have to. I hate that I have to say that because people come in here and think it's okay to be inappropriate and not going to get removed. They must not know me or my moms. But I can tell you 3 ideas I want to do for a poll, plus the I guess the additional whatever one that you guys can decide what you want there. Three ideas I have for the topic for when we get to 1500, which I don't know if that's going to be next month or June or July. I don't know what month it's going to be in, but that poll will be up when I get to 1480, which we're hovering close to, but we're not there yet. So the ideas I have is it's very one of them is very similar to when we did a community um, poem, which actually was a longer poem. Uh, but it's actually going to be a community creative story. I want to do that. It's one of the options. Another one is truth or dare, and of course I got to say this because some people decide it's okay to be inappropriate, appropriate questions only, and then the third idea is doing like a true and false. Like I say a statement based on myself, and you guys got to figure out if it's true or false. That idea I came up with like more recently. That last one. Same with the first one, but I came up with the idea about the creative story together because of the creative poem, which I really liked that we did, which is kind of amazing. Because yeah, and also for people that don't know that are new to this channel or that have never been on this channel, my celebratory streams are only sub only because there are so many darn trolls that come into the Monday streams that I made my Saturday and my celebratory streams that sub only because people are going to try to destroy the fun. And even if you become a sub and you're toxic, you're going to get kicked out. It will happen. I'm just going to tell you right now. Because you can become a sub and I don't like what you're saying or you disrespect somebody, you get kicked out immediately. I'm not playing games. I think people think that just because they say whatever they want and it sounds good to them, if it's disrespectful to others, not good. Because this channel is a safe space for me and other people. And when toxicity is allowed, then basically I'm saying this no longer can be a safe space for me or other people, and I don't think that's fair. Um, yeah. You know what I think is funny? That I see the number fluctuate between like a huge number and then it goes back to a small number. I think it's sometimes because either people don't like what I'm saying or it's because they come in here like they see this person and they're like, who the heck is this? What are you talking about? I don't care. Which I think also happens with my content, which is not surprising. My content is not very mainstream, which is fine. It's based on what I think is important to talk about, so it's what I do. I don't do my content for, I'm talking about the viewers. I'm looking at the viewer number. It went from like in the double digits to back to single digits. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I guess you would say audience. I call them viewers. I'm just glad, that I always am myself, like, so people won't be like figuring out, oh, what are we getting today? It doesn't really change much. Now topics that I do change, but the person I am doesn't change. I don't pretend to be something I'm not. The funny thing, before I came into this stream, I was listening to a song, but that's not the point. Before that, I saw this thing on YouTube or somewhere. It said something about AI, like they made AI versions of people with disabilities, and I'm thinking, what the heck is this? Is actually a thing? People actually may use AI to create disability, like really, like people that are actually not real, but they turn them into, they're trying to profit off of it, so they use that as, it's really disgusting actually. I think about that. It's absolutely freaking disgusting. Because that's harmful to me and other people like me. A lot of us out here, we don't pretend. We don't pretend to have disabilities. We just have them. We have to deal with what comes with the having it. We don't get to, oh, we get to turn it off or turn it back on like some people do, which is very freaking bullshit. Like I think it is. I think it's bull to me. And very hurtful and harming. Hence why I don't like AI. I really don't. That's literally why I literally hate. I don't like AI in general. I've never liked the concept of AI. Do I have to use it? Unfortunately, because there's not really, sometimes there's not ways to around it. Like for example, sometimes the topics I pick, they don't have anything other than the AI stuff, so I have to use it, which I really hate using because it makes me feel like I've never liked AI. I don't like things going all digital. I don't like any of that. I don't, and I don't care if people are like, Mariah, well, you should like. I don't care. Um, I'm a '90s baby, but I'm being a '90s baby doesn't make me want. I know Nick is a '90s baby too, but the thing is, he can like AI, and I can not like it, and I don't like that everything is. I just don't like everything being digital. I don't like everything being like. I like when, like, especially art. I don't like art. AI art. I'm not. I don't like that crap. Like, it's insulting to me because I really because I do my own art and I don't use AI, and I feel like it devalues my art because I see so many people using AI out here. Don't even take in. You basically don't use any effort to make the damn art. I'm not talking about digital art alone. I'm talking about AI art because people make digital art that's not AI. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones that don't put any skill or no talent or nothing. They just use a tool that doesn't do. I don't know. I just think it's disgusting to me. Um, like I think it's lot makes it lose its value by using AI for art. Like what is that? Like it's insulting to me and a lot of people that are artists out here. People will be saying like you literally it's basically you cheapen the art like by using AI for it. And I agree with that. Um, like people take like some people take their hard-earned work and they get and someone just gets an AI product chosen over their hard-earned work. What is that? Like that's bull is what that is to me. Like I literally when I do my art, I sit down and use my hand and actually draw it out. I don't like and when I make a mistake, I don't just let me fix it with AI or whatever. I literally will turn like what I did today when I messed up my art when I whisked up my arts, I literally threw the paper away and restarted the whole thing over. See, it like to me, like it's lost its like AI makes it lose their its sparkle in my opinion. And I don't really care if people disagree with me. I don't care. I'll be Mariah regardless. Like one thing I know about myself is people can try to convince me of something doesn't mean I'm gonna be changing my brain. That's not how that works. Like people have tried me in the past, try to convince me of something just to get my change my opinion. It never happened and it never will happen to this day. The point is AI is being overused all the time. It's being ridiculous ridiculous. Like it's taking the place of like humans doing what they need to do rather than that it's basically just letting a machine do what it needs to do. Like using a computer to do something that's a tool to use, but AI is like ridiculous with this. Oh, let's digitize and change something completely to the way it wasn't. Oh, now it looks so fun and whatever. Like I don't. Sorry that thing reconnected. Thing for. I hope I don't live long enough to see all the AI stuff come out because I'm tired of seeing it. It's very annoying. It's just like it's enough. Like, luckily, no AI has stolen my art, and I don't plan on having it steal my art. Like on the sites I use, they make sure to mark if it's not copyrighted or if it's original art is original art that I've done. Like every single um, it comes from my brain. They don't just like let me put a concept into the darn thing and let it create something. Like that's ridiculous. Um, yeah. And if I made somebody mad because I said AI, I don't like AI, that's my business. Like the same way you can like AI, I don't say you can't. I just don't like it. I just remember when I was a kid, the computers were around, of course, but you didn't have all this. Everything was digitalized and like all this crap, and kids complaining about, oh, I wish it was like easier. Are you kidding me? Like when I was a kid, we didn't have the freaking Madden on the computer. We literally had to do it by hand. You are complaining about something you don't even know about, like things that you said it's sad that it's getting more difficult. I don't like. That's one thing. It's literally another reason why I hate AI because you can't tell what's authentic and what's not is AI. I don't like that. Like that actually freaking terrifies me. Like people. The thing is, one thing that scares me about AI. AI can like make like probably. I'm so sure this is gonna happen. AI can probably like send out an email and pretend it's a person and it's not the person. Like that actually scares me half to death. Um, that scares me. It's freaking scares me. That actually really does scare me. Like it can pretend that it's you and it's not you. God, I hope there's no AI out by me because that's going to actually really traumatize me. I'm not looking it up because that's going to make me scared if it is real. Because I know that it happens to celebrities. They like those that stuff. Like so, no, I'm good. Um, so better we know each other than not, since either way impact lives. Okay. Um, like I don't know. I just think that it's better. This is my opinion, which I'm allowed to have. Um, I think that when things become to one particular way, it loses makes it lose its value. For example, if things are too way too digitalized or way too like always has to be this particular way, it makes it lose its value. Then you have another side if things are always what's it called always non-digital, I guess, we're not adapting, then we have a problem. So either way, I guess we have a problem. But I just don't like too many digitalized things. Like if I didn't have to have social media, I wouldn't. I only I only got back actually. The only reason I got back on social media was because of my YouTube channel. It was if it wasn't for that, I would never go back into social media because I had stopped after college. I had stopped social media at all because I didn't want to deal with that. It was infecting like stuff. So I was like, yeah, no. Literally the only reason I got back into doing social media, which means I wouldn't have known about you, Mildred, at all. Like, cause I would have maybe found you. You might have found the YouTube channel, but other than that, you probably wouldn't know me or talk to me at all. Um, I'm serious. If it wasn't for this YouTube channel, I wouldn't have social media because it was um because I'm like because I was like all this stuff I could see and how it affects people's mental health and it was affecting mine. So I was like, forget this bull. Because authenticity never loses value. AI was making it more difficult. I don't like having to verify anything. I was gonna say, I don't think it's. I think you know what's funny is literally. See, this is how you know AI has gone and crazy. Because like you know how they never used to have when you were on like different sites. They never used to have the part where they would say, check if you're not a robot or whatever. Like that's how you know that this has gone insane. So you said you're glad that you came on. Oh, thanks. Not only do I not wait, hold on, not I don't even know what they said. I have no idea what the Karen said, but let's be honest, she's a Karen, and I know not all Karens are racist or rude or whatever. Because I had a friend that was named Karen, she wasn't rude at all like that. She must have said something important, so she was a troll. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate you. And I did say hi, already. But the thing I'm saying is that people, I do think some people come on the channel to disrespect me. Oh, your name's Angela? Oh, hi, Angela. And I know you're like newer to my channel, so yeah. For me, okay, well, also Angela on the Monday streams, it's normally a fun kind of stream, and my Saturday streams are more scripted, so I pick a particular topic, and that's what happens in those. Those are only sub only because of the trolls I've been getting. Luckily, we've only got one so far today. These money streams, unfortunately, because I don't put subscriber mode on, which I could, but I don't because people. This is normally probably going to introduce the channel, but on Saturdays and my celebratory streams, I put it on because of the disrespect I've gotten. I normally get on Mondays, and I know not everyone's disrespectful, but unfortunately, because of the stupid few, like as in school, the few that make trouble, cause you to have to freaking change the way you do things, and that's the thing. You said you have to be really interested in He said, "Well, people, no, my mom. Well, my mom and my dad think it's because I'm trying to do good, and I believe that it's because I'm trying to do good for other people, so people want to try to ruin it. Wouldn't be surprising. Satan doesn't want me to stop doing this. He does. He does want me to stop, and I'm not going to because I know it helps me and other people like me, and even people that are not exactly like me, like people that are neurotypicals too. They learn things from this channel, which is ironic because when I started this channel, I didn't think any neurotypicals would be on here. I thought it'd just be neurodivergents or people in the disability community. I always assumed that I didn't. Well, let's be honest. For most of my life, I didn't think my voice mattered, but I do know now it does. Took a long time to get there. The first time I realized it mattered was when early on in my channel, when it was like I think under 100 or even at 100, where this parent told me that I was using my they said that my voice, what did they say? This is the thing about my voice. Like my voice was like speaking for their child. So like I've never actually had anyone say that. Like what I basically was saying, well, I was just using my voice for myself, but let's be honest. My mom was the first one that taught me that taught me to advocate for myself because she advocated for me first when I couldn't advocate for myself as a child. So because of that, it allows me to feel like I'm being honest. It allows me to advocate for myself and advocate for others if they need it. Not that I have to, but it allows me to do both. Even though people are looking at me like, oh, Mariah, why are you advocating? Why do you push so hard? Because I feel like the disability community in the whole is always either neglected, overlooked, forgotten, disrespected. Like there's a lot of different things, but I'm also biased because I'm part of the disability community. Um, I feel like they're bullied, ostracized. There's a lot of things in there that I feel, but um, and I also wanted this channel to be a safe space for others. So I was like, okay, yeah. Thank you, Nick. I wasn't gonna say nothing because I know what people want now. Literally, since this channel's got grown significantly, I've noticed more and more trolls happening. So I won't now. When I used to engage what they would do. No, I decided we're not engaging because that's what they want. And my mom and my dad also told me, and other people, they've said if you engage, you're just giving them what they want. They just do it more. And I'm just grateful for you and Mildred being my mods because then I don't have to deal with that bull crap because it just allows me to focus on what I'm saying. I know typically it's racist people, ignorant people, disrespectful people, or very mean and cruel-hearted, evil people that are the ones that are trolled on this channel. I don't know. And honestly, I don't even know how these people find this channel is what I don't know. I don't know how it works. Like when you live stream, I know it goes out, but I didn't. I guess because I didn't do sub only. It's probably how they find it, or someone else shared it with them. I know some people do their job is to troll people. That's not my job, and it never will be because I think it's ridiculous and stupid to troll people for no reason at all. Like if you're trolling scammers, whatever, that's different. But because the scammers are actually doing evil, but like I used to get really mad when it came to trolls. But I said, Mariah, we're not gonna give them any power because they're just like regular bullies, like I've dealt with in my real life. And to the bullies, you take as much as you can. Unfortunately, I mean, for me, it didn't always go well. I had my bullies that, well, these are bullies online, I would say. To me, this is a little bit better than real life bullies to me. And I know people are like, what? Um, because I can block if I want. But in real life, you can't really block them out. Well, I couldn't back when I was being bullied. I wasn't able to block them out because they were constantly in my face. So we couldn't like hit the like ignore button or block. But um, on here you can. I wish there was like a permanent block, but I know when you block them here, it automatically blocks them from anything. So I don't have to go and find that I'm streaming. But hi. Um, yeah. So I try because I know, and sometimes I realize some of these trolls may be bullies, but then also maybe they've been harmed. But then some of them just want to rise, which I don't really I don't know much about all that, what happens in the brain, but I do know that I'm stronger than a lot stronger than I would have been if I didn't go through my own bullying and own online stalker, which I had forgotten about. Uh, so I've been harassed and bullied, so I do understand this is just another form of it, and I'm not gonna let anyone make me feel smaller than I already have felt in my past because I don't deserve that. I don't think anyone does. What did you say? You said it makes you feel small. Uh, they're better than that. And you think they're worse? Well, I've become strong. At first, when it first started happening with the trolling, I would get really upset, like because Mildred, I'm autistic. You also know about the heightened emotions, how like I think I've said it before that about my heightened emotions. I feel things very deeply, like anger, sadness. It's not just a little bit; it's all the way. Like it goes from 100. I would say it goes from 0 to 100 or past that because my emotions are not typical emotions. Like ones that are like you have a little bit of sadness and it goes away eventually. It takes hours for them to go back. You said your goal was to see how many YouTubers may have channels about the world of autism. For me, uh, my channel is not about just being autistic. I am autistic, but I'm also dyslexic and ADHD. So this channel is about all different disabilities. And I purposely did that because I knew some channels just cater to one particular disability. I never wanted to do that because I know that people feel excluded in general. And then doing that when you have when you have disabilities here, that's to me, I felt like was not fair. I know some people they just play to the one they have. And it's what they want. But for me, I purposely when I first started the channel, I was like, let me do it for every single one because for me, I also have different ones, so I could never cater to particularly one disability. But I also wanted people to know that anyone that has like Down syndrome, any disability, even ones that are rare, that they know they're not alone, that they have people like that care and love them, and uh, that's just how I thought. But I know everyone's not like me. I never well, and also autistic Matic is my friend. He's actually one of I met him on Twitter, so I knew about him before he even put. You know how he put my video on his channel. I already knew about him for years before he did that. So um, yeah, I knew about him. So and I don't. One thing I do also another reason I started my channel when I first started it, I wanted to cater towards kids because I love kids. I don't have any of my own, but I wanted because I when I was a child, this is what I remember seeing as a child being a child that had different disabilities and seeing kids were excluded. I did not like that. I like literally was like, oh my gosh, if I just had like a disability that was more severe, I wonder if I would be part of the classes that were excluded from things. And of course, things have gotten a little bit better. They've not gotten significantly better with the coming school systems they have now, which I'm grateful to see. You have kids that are in different programs in different like not in gen ed classes, but they go with their gen ed classes to different specials and recess and different things like fellowships are included on like when I remember when I was a kid, I don't remember even seeing that. Of course, luckily for myself, I was in inclusion class. I was in gen ed classes, but I had an IEP, so I don't know if I was like in just in regular special ed classes. And I'm not going to be rude. I don't know if I would have been included in things that other kids were not included in. I don't know. I can't say. I just know from my own personal experience, I was always in inclusion classes. So I had an IEP, but I was able to do regular content. But I would have my accommodations, so I would be fine. Um, the only time I wasn't fine was when I didn't have my accommodations, which was in my first year of college. I didn't have my accommodations because I wanted to see what it was like. So for college, it's different. For, you actually have to for college you actually have to get tested in order to get your accommodation for college. I told my mom I said I want to try a year to see what it was like to not have accommodations because I've never ever not had like special supports or things that I that think the for example I didn't use the I was like, let me try see what it's like not to like. It's nothing wrong with having a combination, just to be clear. I wanted to see what it would be like to not have them because I'm not saying they're a crutch or anything, but I wanted to see what it was like to be like quote unquote normal, even though that's not really a thing. Um, but I wanted to see like what it was like to be like my sisters. They don't have like IEPs or anything. I wanted to see what it was like to be like them and other people. So see if I could do it. It's not that I couldn't do it. It's just one of my classes I didn't do well in, so it caused me to be on academic probation. So, which was actually, then I think about it, actually that's brilliant to me. I was on academic probation my first semester, and then on my second semester, I ended up being able to be back on track because I didn't have my accommodations then, which is actually impressive now I think about it because I didn't think about it. I did fine on my own. And then I was like, Mom, I need to get tested for my accommodations to get for college. And of course, I graduated from college. So, but I'm just saying, it's a journey, and I don't think people tell you that. From going from high school to college, you actually have to get tested in order to get to accommodations. Because I didn't know this until I just assumed that everything that from the past would carry over. But I think if I remember right, I don't know if I had. I think did I have a? I think I had an IEP in high school, but I can't remember for a fact for 100%. I'm not sure. I know I had. I do know I was including classes from throughout most of my life, so I believe I did have one, but I can't remember if I was doing so well, they might have pulled the IEP for high school, which is maybe why I had to get accommodations again for college. I'm thinking this might be more what it was. Luckily, I had really awesome parents. My mom was like literally the reason I passed one of my classes was because my mom, she's really good at understanding how things flow together, particularly with English, because that's one of my weak areas, which is not surprising because I am dyslexic. And I do have problems with my flowing things together. If I can write an outline, we're good, but if I can't, then that's when there's trouble. And I learned that through when I was a teenager. My mom had gotten me a tutor. I think it was either sixth or seventh grade. She got me a tutor, and we've discovered if I can write an outline about a topic, then I'm completely fine being able to do that. But when I can't put my um, words together or my thoughts together, then that's when the issue occurs. You said, no, I've never met anyone with autism catatonia. No, I haven't. If I have, I don't know. Honestly, I had suspected for anyone that doesn't know my story. You said, yeah, I would say that I completely agree with you, Mildred. I think we're a lot more. I know. Sorry, Nick. I'm not trying to be rude. Um, but I do think autistics are a lot better research. I think I can attest to this. My mom, even my mom, probably can attest to it. Particularly when my special interest was just disability. Um, I love researching and learning new things. I get excited like a weird person, but I don't care. Um, uh, what was I gonna say? Oh yes. I think that we have funny things. I think, of course, I think neurotypicals have advantages that people that are neurodivergent don't have, which I mean, because I can see both sides. I've seen neurodivergence, or I have friends that are neurodivergent, and they have benefits. But I also think neurodivergents have benefits as well. Like I think autistics are really good at seeing very good at detail. I definitely am. I know I am. I have trouble seeing the big picture, which is normal. I just assumed, let's be honest, I assumed a lot of things were Mariah traits because I didn't have anything to compare it to because for a long time I didn't realize I was autistic. I just thought I was being Mariah. Um, I know that like a lot of the things that I thought were Mariah things are just part of being autistic, dyslexic, and an ADHD. I didn't really understand where one stopped and one started. I still don't understand it. Like because ADHD and autism overlap, and I don't always know where one stops and one starts. Particularly with my ADHD, I didn't know I had until I became burnt out from work. I did not realize I had it. I thought I might have, but I wasn't certain because I would always do this interrupting thing, but I thought that was just an autistic thing. I didn't know. Honestly, in last almost 6 years since I started this channel, I realized that I was autistic. I I always knew I was dyslexic because of my shoes and not being able to tell the lefts and rights. I knew that for a long time. The ADHD didn't really understand until like when Coker was like, "Right, you totally have ADHD." Like I was like, "What you talking about?" No, I don't. And I wasn't really into. I wasn't say I was. It's just because the way she said it was like she tried to say I have ADHD over having being autistic. Not that there's anything wrong with either one of those conditions that I have. But then I'm like, how like when doctors like for example, when doctors look at someone that has more than one disability, how do they classify where one starts and one stops? I do wonder that. He said neurotypicals are so good at following directions. Ugh, they're like butlers who are expected to know what they want. I hate that. I hate that. I don't like it. But I'm also autistic, so it's probably why I don't like it. Like I'll tell my dad and my mom sometimes they're awesome, because well, my mom understands it. She understands she can't just tell me something and not give me clear direction, or I'm not gonna get it. Sometimes my dad gets annoyed, but but it's not because he's mad. It's just like he doesn't understand it at times. Like why do I have to give directions to certain things, which I get because it's not how his brain works. My mind works differently. I was telling my dad and my dad yesterday. I said sometimes I wonder if I was meant to be in this family. Because it's not even like I'm that not because my parents and my sisters are not awesome. Like I do think that all of us are neurodivergent, but I think we see the world differently. But of course, none of them see it like I do. I also maybe it's because I have three different disabilities in one person. It could be because of that. Like for me, I need the thing is I think autistic. The thing that I think most people that are not like us, me and Mildred and other people out there, don't understand that if you give clear, concise directions, then we got it. Like I tell my, that's the one thing I say all the time. I said, if people give clear, concise directions, then we got it. Like if you give like this direction, it has no clarity whatsoever. Like it's like you can decipher in multiple ways. That's not helpful. Like I really hate that. Like you expect me to know what the heck to do, but you don't tell it clear. Like for example, you say, let me give you an example. For example, if you say clean this. Let's see. Let me think of something. Let me see. Look over there and see if there's anything over there. Okay, clean the dirt off the cabinet. Okay, so let's be honest. Of course, I know what that means because I know what that means, but not everyone does. Like for example, if I say clean, that it could be any section of my room, like any section of the cabinet. What's I'll just say. Like, what part of the cabinet do you want? Like, do you want the bottom? Like honestly, I get it. Like, because it's not clear. You didn't say clean the right cabinet. You didn't say clean the left cabinet. You didn't say clean the center cabinet. So, which cabinet do you want? And then if someone said, "Oh, I only meant one cabinet," you didn't specify that. Like for example, say someone says, clean one of the cabinets," and then someone asks, like, "Which cabinet are you talking about?" That could be like if there's like, let's see, over here there are like 12 different little cubby things. Like, so which clone are we cleaning? You can't just say that. Like, you gotta. That's a broad statement. Like for some people, that's like pick up your room. Yeah, that's I don't know what does that even mean. You can't. That's not. But that's literal. You can't pick up your room. That's not a ding. I know you, and you know why I said it like that, Mildred. That's very for me. I think it literally. I think because I'm autistic. I think of it literally. Like I can't like actually pick my room up and take it. Like if you say clean up this area of your room, that's more specific. If you say like, "Oh, Mariah, I need you to," like for example, say, "I need you to clean all the red toys." Just that's just an example, by the way, of something. Clean all the red toys. That's very specific. It doesn't. There's no particular. There's no room for error there. There's no room for error. Tidy up the room, but but well, I know what that means, but that's because I think that for me, I would know what that means at work. If you just say tidy up, then I don't know what the heck that. What are we tidying up? Now, if you say tidy up your room, I know that means I need to clean up the space I'm in for me. But that's also I. The funny thing is, I understand. Sometimes I do understand broad things. Some other times I don't. Like for example, if it's very like, for example, like how I said there are different cubbies in the thing I'm looking at. that's completely different. Like for example, picking up my room, I understand what that means because as a child, I know when my parents told me in my room that we cleaned up all the stuff that was in the area. That I knew what that meant. And I think it's probably because I was taught that. Like, I was shown that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take up all the stuff in the area. But now, if I wasn't shown that, I probably wouldn't have any basis to be able to, like, oh, what the heck does that mean? It's kind of like if someone says, oh, Mariah, vacuum this space. Like, do you mean the whole space? Do you mean like that? For me, if you say vacuum this space, that's very broad. So, for example, if you're talking about the whole house is a particular space, you would think to vacuum all the areas in a house. But if you're talking about vacuum this room, that's more detailed. Like vacuum your room, that's different. Like that's more specific. And I know people are like, why does that matter? Because when autistics, typically, let's be honest, I know for myself, I take things more literal than most. Like when my dad tells jokes, sometimes when he says something, I take it literally. It's not my fault. It's just how my brain processes the information. I know people are like, why does it process? I don't know. I can't control my brain. I don't know why it does it. It just does. Um, it's the same way that neurotypicals, and I'm not trying to beat up on neurotypicals, the same way they can understand jokes and other things that we don't understand is that's that same way. So the way some people don't take things literally, I just do. That's just how my brain works. Like, so typically, if someone tells me a joke and I don't get the bloody joke, like if it's something stupid or something I don't even have any grasp of, I'm not gonna laugh at it. Um, I'm just not. Um, that's probably that's because of, yeah, if it's for me, also for myself, I know for myself, I don't do well with abstract people saying an abstract statement and expecting me to understand. Inferences is one of them. I don't understand something that you're trying to make me imply. Why would you do that to me? Like I hate that crap. Literally that's the one thing I hated for when it came to English. I hated that crap. Um, I don't have that condition actually. You're fine. That was a topic I did for anyone that doesn't know. There is a topic I did for it. I don't actually have that condition. Um, for a video. In the past, maybe a few years ago, probably before I met Mildred and Nick as well. When I did that topic. You're fine. You can allowed to ask questions, no problem. As long as you're respectful, you're fine. And I don't have that condition, just to be clear. I think people think because I cover all these different topics, I have every condition I cover. Like, someone thought that I had stiff person syndrome. It wasn't. I'm not talking about Nick. Someone else. I thought I had that, which I do not have. Because I cover it. I think people sometimes think because I cover every single topic, I do have certain disabilities, but that's not one of mine. I don't have that condition either, and I know it's probably more of a rare condition. I only covered that topic because one of my former friends who was a gamer, he had that condition and wanted me to cover it. That's why I did. Sometimes some of the videos I do are suggested. Sometimes they're based on some of the videos or live streams I do is based on something I want to learn. I wanted to learn about stiff person syndrome. I wanted to learn about TMAU. I wanted to learn about that and also because someone wanted me to share about it, which I didn't expect that particular video. I think it has I think it's up like over 1,000 views now. It's been years though. So I'm actually surprised people still ask me about that particular one because I didn't think anyone watched that one still, that video. But I see people do because people keep putting comments under it. In the last few days, I think I've gotten some, which is actually surprising. Um, I'm not ashamed to cover topics of things I don't know about because I do that all the time on this channel. Um, I'm very excited to do the next few live streams I'm doing. Oh, hello. This week's live stream is going to be on celebrities that are ADHDers. Next week's is on, I think it's dyslexic celebrities, and the week after I think it's autistic celebrities. And I think it's really cool because actually through the one about autistic celebrities, I didn't realize that Jerry Seinfeld was actually autistic, which makes no sense now I think about it because I always wondered why I could. To me, even though I'm autistic myself, I never thought any of his stuff was funny. I know that sounds freaking rude. Yeah, I have tight killed cord. Yeah, you're fine. Um, oh, well, have a good sleep, I guess, if you're going to sleep. But I found it on when I was looking up research for the autistic celebrities. That's where he was on that list. He said he was autistic in it. Which is like I did not know that. It kind of shocked me. Is which why I forgot when. That's why when I did the question that I think Mildred came with the question actually. She was like, "Are there any self-declared autistic comedians?" And I forgot about. I had forgotten about him. I had forgotten about him. Well, I didn't at the time when I did the question. I didn't know about him. So yeah, you said, have I ever seen the film? No, I don't. Actually, no. I know about Temple of. Hold on, my brain shouldn't think how to say it. Sorry, I'm thinking because my brain, because I'm dyslexic, I can't always think how to pronounce something. Uh, the name is Grandin. Hopefully, I said that right. Hopefully, because being dyslexic, it doesn't help me very much at times. It definitely helps me wrong with pronunciation. Um, no, I don't think I've seen a movie. I did a quote of hers on my channel. There was a time I did different quotes of different people that have disabilities. It was kind of, I really liked doing that one. That was on one of my, Ready to Learn Something New. And I really love that I added that to this channel, Ready to Learn Something New. They're all different disability related, statements, which I think is really cool. Uh, um, I watch a lot of. It's ironic, even though people are like, "Why?" I love true crime, and I'm not trying to be mean. She's not true crime. I'm not trying to be rude. I don't know, so I don't know about that. I'm not trying to be rude. That's one of my special interests. I love true crime. People that know me, I know that my mom and my sister are like, you need to stop watching so much because I do get emotionally, uh, I get emotionally connected to the person, the victim's family, and the victim. So, and I want justice, and which is why. Oh yeah, also, for hopefully no one gets sad, but I think parents will get sad about this one. This one of my true crime cases that's coming up, which is in May, and I'm sorry for any loud noises you hear because people are disrespectful and rude in this neighborhood that I live in. But for May 17th, I'm doing a true crime case. Hopefully, God, I don't get mad because I typically, when I do true crime cases, particularly on children, it makes me really pissed. Um, and the reason I say this is my upset parents because a parent was the one who did this to their child. And the case is on a child that is nonverbal and autistic. And I know for me, I mean, I'm not a parent, but I know for myself, being autistic, that crap pisses me off. But also for me, I get really mad when there's three groups I really don't like people messing with, and it's children, people in the disability community, and of course the kid has two of those, and the elderly. All three of those I hate people mess with those. And so I don't have sympathy for the mom. I know she killed herself. I'm not saying that she should have did that. I'm just saying I don't have sympathy for the mom for her getting the time she was supposed to get, even though she didn't serve any of it. I don't think. If she did, she served like a year or so, a little bit. But she killed her child, and the way she did it pissed me the hell off. I'm sorry. It did make me really mad because there's no, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care. I don't care if Satan came and told me, "Oh, Mariah." Yeah, no, I know God, and I know God would not come and tell me, "Oh, Mariah, this mom did this violent thing to the child to get them to make them not be suffering in pain." That's no way, because I don't know any mother or any father that would give their child a lethal drug combination, which the way he died was from alcohol, a lethal dose of pills, which was 20 to 40 times more for an adult, which is me and other adults out there. And she did, it was orange juice, vodka, and a lethal dose of different medications. And just when I read that, I was like, God help me. That's what I said. I said, God help me, because I'm thinking when I'm reading this, it's making me mad. So I'm scared that I'm gonna get real mad on the tape, because typically when I do true crime cases, my emotions come through. It just kind of happens. Like, I did a case on a child. Man, I did a case on a child that was killed for not complying to eat something because they didn't want to, which they have every right to not want to eat. Okay, and I got permission from the person's aunt to do the case, and I was like, God help me, because the sentence that the guy got for killing the child was like bullshit, and I don't care what nobody says. It was bullshit. It was. He got 11 years for, I forgot. I think two was for like, was it cruelty something, some kind of cruelty, and the other one was like, I don't even know how he didn't get charged with murder. I don't get it. He literally picked the child up and threw them into like a wall. Like, how the hell do you get away with that? He only got like 11 years, which pisses me off. I just like, what the hell is that? Like, that case made me mad only because I remember I just felt bad because I was trying to, another reason I did that case was because they were trying to get a petition signed for him to get a lengthier term. Unfortunately, it didn't work, which really made me mad, to be honest. And I know, of course, they're from the UK, it doesn't matter. I do different cases from different parts of the world. Like, it don't matter if it's the US, wherever else. Like, that made me mad. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what do you mean they only got 11 years? Like, that just pisses me off. That just pisses me off. Like, and like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I remember when I did I like true crime, but I can't cover a lot of true crime because it's not that I can't. I typically, on the true crime I cover, um, well, at least the one I do for my channel is disability related, because I feel like those cases are not, covered as much. And if they are, they don't, I think that people don't know about, like, for example, I didn't know about the little girl, the one who got killed by this guy. I didn't know, but maybe that's because I wasn't supposed to know at the time. I, I'm the same way I was as I was growing up. My anger is the same way. You said a lot of people will. I'm not saying that word because then they'll probably try to take this down. Every time I see that word or I look at that word, I always put like SA or I say A, because I'm not going to say that word and they take this channel down because YouTube be they messing with me. And then approximate access. I don't know what that word means. I can't even say it. I guess their responsibility towards the people under the care and immediate cell. It's scary to think how many people get away lightly. Yeah, I thought that makes me really mad. Always know exactly what you're dealing with when you see that. I don't honestly. I don't know. I try not to blame on any victim's family because I don't honestly know what. The mom might actually thought that the guy was fine. I don't know, like, fine it for it, because I think she had gone to work, but I'm not gonna blame her because I don't know. I don't know if the guy was always the way he was when he killed the girl, or that just randomly happened at random. I can't say. And I'm sure even if she knew about it, doesn't mean that she deserves blame, because she can't. I mean, not blame. She doesn't deserve any more pain because she's already in pain. She lost her child. Like, that will never. She will never get her child back. And I know people are like, Mara, well, you should take it out. No, because I'm just thinking, like, what if I made a mistake and left my child with somebody and thought they were safe? Because that happens all the dang time. The people you don't think are gonna, it's always the people you don't think they're gonna deal with something are the ones that often do. Like, the ones you think you can trust. Like, this happened probably numerous times in a lot of cases. You think, oh yeah, I leave this person, like, with my child. Or, like, let's be honest, even on the true crime stuff I watch, I see, like, cases like this person was their friend and they end up betraying you. Like, literally, I've seen, when I watch a lot of true crime, like, a lot of it. Which is why I'm terrified I'm gonna die in a true crime story. I worry me and my dad are gonna die in a true crime story, or be on one of them, because we watch a lot of true crime, me and him. But I know we both watch it for a reason. We don't watch it just because some people are fascinated with the killing part. I'm not fascinated with that. I'm fascinated with the justice part for me. You said seems like most laws are really written to cover up crime. I'm probably more likely. You're probably right. Not to prevent crime. The laws make people think all kinds of things aren't happening, and that's the only purpose they serve. I kind of agree with you with that. But anthropologists say that if you see a sign that says no licking, okay, that's so weird. No licking. Wait, that sounds really weird when I say it. No licking people in the basement. You know. That sounds so weird, Mildred. I don't know how I feel about that particular statement. You know, people are getting. Oh, you mean no locking? I was like, what? I don't mean right. You meant to say locking. Oh my gosh, I said licking. I was like, you meant to say locking. I was like, what? Oh my gosh! I was like, "What do you mean, not licking people in the face?" Oh, okay. Well, that makes more sense. Yeah, I don't think it's funny to lock people in the face. I just thought when I read it, it was. I understand. I have typos all the time. Let's be honest. I'm dyslexic, so I get it. But this is when I read that. I was like, "Huh?" I thought for a second I thought I was reading it wrong, but then okay. Yeah. Let's be honest. but But I just think it's sad how unfortunately, how common it has become that that true crime is covered so often that like people have. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with having true crime channels because I love watching true crime because I like when I watch there's justice for people. But it's sad that true crime has become a place where it's been so become so common in society that now you can't go any place where it's not like not readily is that how you say it, readily available. Yeah, honestly, when you said no licking and people in the basement, I was thinking people have like those dungeon things. Don't judge me. I was just thinking about like what you no because people have fetishes like that. So I was like, what do you mean no licking people in the basement? People do that, I guess. Don't judge me, and they probably do worse or other things. Ah, you're fine. You said if a sign says no licking people in the basement, there are probably people in the basement that don't want to be. Well, that's a good point. No, you're fine. No, but it's good to laugh. Not sometimes people need laughter. You're good, Nick. You're fine. But you said I think you said this that you like pranking people. So I'm glad you got to laugh. Um, but the point I'm making is I think people like when I watch the true crime that say they don't know why they do it, they know why they do something. Like, what do you mean you don't know? So you just randomly decided to go do this. What do you mean? Like one thing I told my dad and my family I said if I ever randomly die at random and I'm not like a suicidal or whatever. I gave them the passcode to my phone so if anything happens and I like go missing, which I hope to God never happens. Hopefully I'm not speaking this to existence. Um, that's there so like they can look at it and see like if there's something weird like if I randomly go missing or if I randomly end up dead at random. God, I hope that never happens, and I'm saying that because I'm kind of terrified it's gonna happen one day, because you never know who you're encountering. um but um like I gave them like I said like this is where you can find the passcode to my phone like just in case. Uh, yeah, so hopefully they never have to go through that. Literally just one of my fears that my parents would ever have to go through. Not that I don't care about my sisters, but I worry more about my parents. I'm not saying that my parents are like very emotional or whatever. I'm just saying I don't want them to have to lose their child. But um, I'm saying that I just think it's very kind of terrifying. You gotta nowadays you have to be more careful than I'm not saying carefulness is not important and it wasn't always important, but I feel like it's gotten way worse. I literally don't go outside my house like a lot. I never used to. I never went outside my house. I don't like going outside my house in general. But that's also because I'm autistic. I don't really like being around people. I like being by myself. Um, and I'm also introverted, so it doesn't help. But I think it's important that one thing I do think is important that someone always knows where you are, and I don't mean like a stalker. I mean like somebody that you can trust, because if something is to happen to you, which unfortunately it seems to be more common than not being common nowadays. That like for me, I have people that I have accountability to, and like I think that that's important, regardless if you're a male or female. Honestly, even as a teenager, I didn't go out. Like I don't really like being around people. I like being around myself. It's always been like that. Like, but that's because most people don't get me, and I don't like being around people that don't get me. People that expect more than I can give them, and that's not. Most people don't understand how to socialize with me or understand where Mariah doesn't want to socialize. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Not everyone believes, and Nick and Mildred, don't block her, please. I'm telling you guys, just don't block her. Um, I don't know. That's up to them if they want to answer. And thank you for asking a question and saying if it's okay. For me, I have an accountability. I had an accountability partner only because my suicide attempts and well, my past suicide attempts. The reason I say past is because I used to and my my eating disorder. Freaking hate my eating disorder. Like I tell my dad and my mom it's true. I tell them, I said if I didn't have to eat, I would never eat, and if I didn't have to drink things or sleep, I would. I said if I didn't have to eat and and I didn't have to sleep, I would never do either. Because they're a waste of my time. I'm exactly how I feel. They are a waste of my time. And college caused me to be like that with my eating. Um, because I used to see it as when what the heck was I saying? Oh yes, I used to. I really it caused me. I already always had a problem with eating. I would eat, but college made me hate eating. Like I really, and I still hate it now. College didn't really ever made me hate sleeping, but definitely made me hate eating. I always had problems with eating. I also have dysmorphia, so it doesn't help. On top of having an eating disorder. And like I did not do well last week, or like the last 3 days last week, and you'd probably be like, "What, Mariah? Why'd you do that?" Like, on what day was that? Was it Friday into Saturday or Saturday and Sunday? One of those days. It was either Friday into Saturday or Saturday into Sunday. I only ate one meal, and I was like, and then I like didn't eat for almost 24 hours, and that now I'm not sure if I was hallucinating something or not because I swear, nobody. I don't know if everyone believes me though in my house. My parent. Well, it's not because I'm lying, but I could have hallucinated it. I could have sworn I saw like a bug. I swear to you, I swear. And then when I went back, because I was telling my mom and my sisters about it, because my dad was at work. I think it was Saturday actually. I'm pretty sure it was Saturday. Yeah, but I was telling them. I said there's this bug in like the because I didn't know. I couldn't tell. I don't. It looked like a spider, but then it vanished. So I'm thinking maybe I was hallucinating seeing it. But then my mom is like, maybe you weren't hallucinating. Maybe it moved and you maybe it moved because stupid bugs in the house do that sometimes. They move, and I don't know if it is was it real or not because I haven't seen it, and I couldn't find. I couldn't like we looked places and it wasn't there. So I'm like, I don't know. So I don't know if because I know I already have an eating disorder and I don't eat enough, which I increased my portion size, but sometimes I was like, Mariah, I don't want to eat, so we don't have to eat. So I let the eating disorder side win sometimes, which is bad. Um, you know what I wish? If I was rich, the only thing I would want for real is a chef so they can make me food all the time, so I have to eat when I'm supposed to eat. And I know some people are like, what the hell, does that make sense? It makes sense to Mariah when she has an eating, especially because I have an eating disorder. Because I'm not saying, it would make me have to know I have to eat. Like when I like literally sometimes my stomach, like literally my stomach will be growling, I just ignore it like it's not happening. Like, I literally will ignore it. Like, I will ignore it. Like, oh, I hear you. I'm not doing it if I don't want to. I literally tell myself that. And people are like, probably like, what the hell's wrong with you, Mariah? You knew you need to eat. And of course, most people would say that because they don't understand what it's like to have an eating disorder. I know what it's like. You want. See, I'm not trying to be mean or nothing. Nick, maybe for you that's okay to do because maybe you actually have normal way of eating. I'm sure you don't do that all the time. You look like I said, once you did it. I don't want to do nothing. Like it's the reason why I can't. This is why I need to make sure I eat more than once because I've already caused damage to my heart because of this eating disorder, which I know I shouldn't say I feel happy about. I kind of honestly I kind of feel happy about it, but I know it's delusional saying that. Um, But it's I know what it's from. I know the eating disorder is a form of control. I like being in control of what I put in my body, and the eating disorder makes me do that. Like so, I'm like, okay, Mariah, if I don't want to eat, you don't like literally. I tell myself if I don't want to eat, I don't have to walk and get me food if I don't want. Like, and I know that's delusional sounding for people that are not don't have eating disorder, but that's how my brain thinks of food. I think um I'm like, okay. Honestly, I doubt I eat anything that has nutritional value, but I eat food, unfortunately. And I say unfortunately because I don't like eating food. Because it makes me get bigger than I want to look. Bigger than my because of my body's dysmorphia, my body doesn't look the way I want it most of the time, and so I'm like, why the hell? If I put food in my mouth or my body, it makes it bigger. So then it makes me really not want to eat more, and I'm like, okay, Mariah, we don't like when I eat, like I increase my portion size, but I'm like, and then when I started do increase my portion size, I was like, why the hell did I do that? Like I literally was like, why the hell did I do that? We just made it worse for ourselves. Like, um, I just wish I had a normal mind, like my sisters and my mom and my dad, like a normal mind that doesn't have this stupid problem on top of all the other things I got to deal with. Like it's a lot. Yeah. Why is my foot going numb? I know it's not part of my tight heel. Well, actually, it's not my foot. It's my leg trying to go numb. That's not funny. Sorry, you hear because my foot is going numb and I don't like it. It sometimes it happens when my holding it in this. I mean, I sit it in the same place, but it hasn't happened in a long time actually. With my tight heel cord, it used to it normally happens often, like standing in. Hasn't happened for a good amount of time. I don't know why all of a sudden because I'm sitting, which normally does never happen. Like my right foot doesn't go like that. I don't know why it's doing it now. Probably because it's trying to get me to stop doing things. Probably why. Wouldn't be surprising. So like you can relate. Well, I don't want my foot to go numb, but it's also partly from my heart. It's probably from my tight heeled cord. It does this all the time. It used to. That's not gonna do anything, Mildred. If it's for my tight heel cord, it's not gonna. Aspirin's not gonna do anything because it just needs movement and it doesn't really matter. Walking around that means you won't see me because for me I can't stand in place when it comes to this thing. I'm not supposed to. Um. Okay, at least it's so I can feel my foot again. That's good. I don't. I never walk around when my foot is numb. I never do because I know for myself because um being born with tight heel cord and I've had it for 33 years now. I never walk on my foot when it does this stuff because it doesn't help it. It just makes me irritated. Honestly, just it's annoying though. It doesn't feel like my normal tight heel cord thing where my foot goes numb because it never does. It never. I'm telling you right now, having tight heel cord, I've never had to go all the way up to my try to go up to my leg, up my leg. It's never done that. So I don't know what this is. It's not tight heel cord. Why because it'd be both my feet going kind of. It would have pins and needles in both my feet, and it's not doing both my feet. So it's weird. It doesn't feel like the normal. I don't know what caused it. Of course, today. You had to do this today. Okay. But oh hello. My day is going I don't know. I guess okay. I did art today, which makes me happy. I've never. Funny thing is, I've never sprained my being an athlete. I've never sprained my I've never gotten an injury on my any injury I'd ever. Like when it comes to being an athlete, which is actually ironic because most athletes, maybe because I didn't do a contact sport, but even I would think as a runner, I would have gotten some kind of injury. Yeah, I know. Don't judging me. I could have sworn. I don't know why that crap still comes up. I literally know I blocked that phrase, but never mind. Owen, how are you? Well, I don't like calling you world's biggest geek, even though that's your screen name thing. I don't like calling you that because it just sounds weird calling people by their name, their little screen name. If it just don't sound right in my brain. Uh, I've never gotten any sprains either. I probably almost broke something, but I've never actually got. At least I've never been told it was a sprain. If I have, um, which is ironic. I should honestly. I'm surprised I have never broke. Actually, probably because when I was a runner, I never. When I did run, I purposely never made it for. Excuse me. Oh, good. Oh, your name's Kevin. Sorry, I get excited when I find out new things I learn. But I never. I think probably because I stretched then because I knew for well, let's be honest. I know well most runners know this. Or athletes, they know not to run or do any kind of sport when you're not warmed up. And for when I was a runner, when I was doing it, this is probably why I never really got hurt. Is we would stretch and do all our warm ups before we'd actually run, so the body was already in some kind of process. So, but I also would never push it past the point where even actually no, I'd push myself past the point, but that's only to build up my endurance. I would push past the point, which is probably why I push past my point when it comes to when I used to work out a lot more. I used to push past the point of being tired because I learned as an athlete, Mariah, when you're tired, it's fine to be tired, but particularly when you're running a race, you can't, even when, at least this is what I would do for when I was tired. I would, well, run when I'm running because I have weaker lungs than most because of my prematurity, how severe premature I was. I would run till we have to finish. I have to finish the race, then I can stop. Literally, that's what I tell myself. So I think I do that same thing when it comes to working out. Oh, well, I'm glad you were relaxing and enjoying your week. Why'd you say sorry? You don't need to be sorry. You. Oh yeah, you did tell us about that. You did tell us about breaking your arms. Eee, I can't imagine doing that. Literally am thinking about the pain. Because let's be honest, I don't know about you, Mildred, and I can't talk about any neurotypicals, but I know for me, when I get pain, any kind, it's severe. Anything that affects my body is very severe. It's not like a little bit. I don't know if it's an autistic thing or a Mariah thing. I suspect it's more of an autistic thing because of my senses being heightened. So for me, I can't imagine breaking my bones. Like I've almost had my wrist broken, but I've never actually broken anything. It wasn't, but that also wasn't my fault. Um, but like I'm just thinking about like when things are swollen on like on my body, like how it hurts. Like when my rash came, like how my face was already. I can't imagine. I can't imagine breaking my bone. No, thank you. I don't. It sounds like it'd be horrible. Like a never-ending pain. Like that you can't like even if it healed, I feel like it wouldn't heal the way it was supposed to be, and so it'd be like odd. I wonder if for autistic people and or any person that is neurodivergent, would the adrenaline be like a lot more than a neurotypical? I'm not trying to be rude or nothing. I'm just curious because the reason I say that is because all our senses are typically heightened. So would the adrenaline be heightened too? I think for me, I know in situations where I've had, well, at least when I was working in the school system with this little girl who would drive me insane a little bit because of her violence and her running and fleeing crap thing, which was interesting. And I'd be the always one that had to chase her because no one else was with the child, so I always had to do it. I remember this one time, I swear, people probably, I know they were like probably thinking no running in the hallway, but I'm not gonna about to let the child get out of school, and then and then we don't know where she is. That's not wasn't about to happen. She just literally, I remember she literally she took herself sprinting down the hallway. Okay, Mariah's gonna be right. I was like right behind her because I'm not about to let. Because for some reason she didn't like staying in the classroom. I don't know what that was about. She only liked the gym. Which I guess I can understand. I'm also an athlete, so I can understand why she liked it. I can understand that. She was in the gym. She would always run back and forth, and she got to be with her little friends. That was cute. The violent part was not cute. When she was violent, I did not like that part. Um, but I like that I do like that she liked one of her specials. Out of all the specials, she liked that one. Like every time she went to like a special, she was like, I have energy. Well, I have extra energy when it comes to like fight or flight thing because particularly when I know safety is at risk, that's when I. Well, for me, what you talking about, the little girl having energy, or you talking about me having energy? I don't have energy in general, but because I see a fight, it was a fight or flight response where she could get hurt. I was like, hey, Mariah. Well, it's not the first time I ran after her. The first time I ran after her was when I first met her. The first day I met her. Um, I ran after her because she was leaving out of the classroom and she ran down the hallway and I was thinking, oh my gosh, where is this kid going? She's supposed to go somewhere we don't know where she is. And I know everybody in the room is probably saying, Mariah, you didn't have to go after her. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, the mom had said to her daughter, go get your sister. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's not in my brain. She doesn't even know where her sister went. All I saw was a little girl flung the door open, and ran out the room. And I'm thinking, why? Why? If you're pregnant and you know your child's like this, why would you bring her and you know you're not near the door when she likes to escape? Honestly, I was glad when I left that environment because that little girl, yeah, like I've dealt with kids that were violent like her, but not where it's violent like violence. You have a safety risk to other kids. I have never really had. It was violent safety risk to other kids, destroying the room, everything, like pooping and peeing, like and forcing that crap out, like and possibly flinging it on you. Like it was like in the most insane thing I've ever encountered in my life. Like I've had kids. Well, I've had one. Well, before her, I had a child that was he would because he didn't get really attention at home. He would like ask for hugs and stuff, okay? And you want to give the child a hug because you're like, okay, we know he doesn't get attention at home. And so literally it's bad. That was bad because like you would give him a hug and then he would like claw, like you see how my nails are like this, right? I think his nails were a little bit less than this, but he would claw at your thing hurt. I swear to you. I don't know how he knew how to do that. He would use his nail and drag it across your thing. And sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sorry for this either. Sometimes I would just guide him back to his area. I wouldn't hurt him, but I need your hands. I need to see your hands at all times because he would come like literally you'd be sitting doing what you're supposed to do, and the kid would just come and like I don't know why he would do that. Like it come out of nowhere and hurt you, and I never understood why. Like, and of course I know he's autistic. That's the point. I know he was autistic. I know he's autistic. I do know that. I'm autistic myself. Um, and I do understand the harm thing at times because I probably was like that at one point. And I probably still be like that if my mom didn't help me get out of that state. Um, but I never tried. I don't think I actually know. I'm pretty certain I never tried to like scratch the heck out of my mom or my dad. But also I wasn't withheld love from, so it was different. I wasn't ever withheld love from. Like I was never like an afterthought or like hidden or whatever. Like I was never any of that. So I don't really know if that's what caused that. Like I do know they had sent him to a place where he had been medicated to like, which is like interesting to me. That I just think it's interesting. which means he should have never been in the public school system. So notice that little girl, which I wouldn't have left the job if that little girl wasn't acting the way it was, like, getting worse. And then on top of that, because of her behavior, it caused one of my coworkers to start treating me poorly, which she already knows I have my disabilities. But when she started doing that, it made me feel like what the little girl was doing was my fault, which is not my fault because I can't control another child. I can't control another person to make them act like not like that. And I know after I left, I don't know how much after I left, the little girl ended up leaving and going to a different school that specialized that could possibly help her. I suspect, even though no one is confirmed, I suspect she also might have had, on top of being autistic, I think she might have had, what was it? Maybe schizophrenia or something else, one of the two. It's something. I'm not gonna lie. I swear. No one believe. I don't think people. Some people believe me. Some people don't. Because we were trying to figure out. Because the reason I think it's weird because the reason why it was either that or bipolar or something. And I don't know if she could be diagnosed because she was only like 5 or 6. And I can't remember when diagnoses are given for that when you have those conditions. I'm not sure. Um, I don't know why he did it. I can't tell you. I'm not his mind. You said there are aspects that neurotypicals like yourself try to work on. What the rational explanation of that behavior? I don't really know, honestly. Being autistic and being dyslexic and being an ADHD, I don't really know, because I've never experienced anything like that. I've worked with different sets of neurodivergence and different grouping of kids that had just different disabilities. Worked with a child that had Down syndrome. I worked with kids that were autistic. I'm not sure if I worked with a kid that had dyslexia or was dyslexic like I am. Um, what else? Um, let's see. Down syndrome, autistic. Kid that was in a wheelchair. I think he had cerebral palsy. I worked with kids that had cerebral palsy before. Trying to think. I've had I worked with a little girl who was an ADHDer. Actually, I think worked with a few kids that were ADHD. Or there's some that I suspected were ADHD, and I think after I left what I was doing, because I worked in 2 different classrooms, I was working with one class that was an inclusion, and that's what I wanted to work with originally. And unfortunately, I got switched to a class where violence was happening, so that's why I left my job. If I had stayed where I originally was at, I probably wouldn't have left. I would still be there. I missed it. I know that some of my coworkers miss me, and I feel bad. And I know a lot of people with special needs. I think one of my former coworkers telling me that it's different now. There's like a lot of people that left in special ed. Honestly, you don't give. In my opinion, I think special ed people that work in special ed or around kids that are violent, regardless of their disability. And I also have my own, which I don't think people take into account sometimes, that I think we should get a little bit more pay because I have to go into situations where violence, and there's been situations I've had, there's situations where we've had to do like restrained, even though it's not really fully restrained. We've had to like physically make a child get up and move, which I really hate doing. I hate it but I know why it's being done. It's normally a safety thing. I don't like forcing a child to do something, but if it's at safety of others, I had to do it. Like we've had to like, or if like one of the children I had, there's a few children I worked with where they became violent. One that slammed on my back. Luckily, I didn't break it because it was after it didn't break. I remember someone asking me, "Am I okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Even though I wasn't really fully fine, but oh hello Sam. But point is, I probably would still be working in that. The only reason there was a few reasons why I quit working with, I loved working with them. I just didn't like being harmed, and I have a right to be protected. My mom and my dad was like, they told me from a while ago she had quit, and that's before I quit. My dad would get really angry when I would show him the bruises that little girl would give me, and the bruises the other little boy would give me, and because I'm his child, he doesn't want to see his child being harmed, which I understand. Like, I can't imagine, like, if my child came to me saying, "Oh, I got this bruise today." I remember seeing one of the bruises one of my coworkers got. I was like, "Oh my gosh, what the heck?" Her arm like actually swelled up, and it kind of scared me. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Literally, I was like, "What?" Like, because it almost looked like an animal did that to her arm, not a human being. And that actually really made me real, like, worried. And I'm like, this is what we gotta deal with every day. Like, we gotta deal with being harmed. And another reason I left was because I had this vision where I was knocked unconscious and there was other kids in the room, and I was the only adult at the time, and that little girl was in the room and other kids, and was unconscious, and I couldn't help if she was doing anything to other kids. I couldn't stop it because I was knocked unconscious, and I was like thinking, if I'm having these kind of thoughts, probably means I shouldn't be in this atmosphere, because um, it probably means I'm more likely closer to being harmed to a point where I have to be hospitalized than not if I'm having these thoughts come into my brain. Um, I knew it was time to go when I saw where one of my coworkers was continuously emotionally making me being emotionally traumatized by her words, and then the little girl harming me. She had caused a really bad bruise. Actually, I think it was turned black because of the because she had metal in her mouth when she bit me. She had bit me on, I think, both my legs and my arms. Luckily, I don't think I think the bruises might be gone. Thank God. They were real bad. I remember one of my coworkers was like, if she did that to me, I would be gone. Like, other people were like surprised that I stayed as long as I did, because every single day it was like walking on eggshells. What am I getting? And my one coworker was right. She said it's always 2 days she's fine, 2 days she's not. And but technically, maybe that's enough from another kid. 2 days he was fine, 2 days he wasn't. Um, for her, I don't know. The mom tried to claim that we weren't doing things that we were doing, but she was saying we wouldn't eat the food, we wouldn't do all these different things, which is a lie. Because I do suspect what she should have. This is what I think, but I'm thinking outside the box because I'm not her parent. But also this is probably what I would do if she was my child. What I would do first thing I would do is not have any more kids until I figure out how to get her where she's not harming anybody. Because to me, if she's doing this in school, what is she doing when she's at home? That's what I wonder. Like, is she just having the run of the place? She's doing whatever she wants, and then it's like completely acceptable. Like, I hope she's doing a whole lot better. I do hope that. I do. One thing I do hope for anyone that's removed from a school system and put in a specialized school, um, I hope that they eventually get the help they need and eventually be able to. I wouldn't say can what's the word? What is the word I'm trying to say? I'm not saying conform, because I don't want anyone to conform to anything they don't want. Now I hope that they can there we go, behave in a little bit better way, so they can be safe in their environment with themselves and others, so they can be able to behave, so they can be able to have a productive and productive and I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say. Productive and stable life. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know, like, another reason the little girl would concern me is because sometimes she would literally, I would tell her to stop messing with this other girl who was in the same class, because there was different age groups in the classroom that I was working in. And some reason she thought it was hilarious to get, you know how, I don't know if you guys know about those exercise balls, the ones that are like big or whatever. She would just pick the exercise ball up and like literally throw it at the girl. I don't know why she would do that. And then oh sorry, she's not really, because she's little, she's younger than me. She's a child. But she would come and she would get really upset, really, really, which I can't say I fault her. Um, she would like cry and everything. I felt so bad because I would get the ball from this little girl, like we try to like put, because unfortunately, because the room we have is a the room that we had for them, because they would have a what's it called, dang, what's that room called? It was a room for all kids that were autistic, and they get to go in. I can't remember what the darn room is called. It's like when it's like for break time, and I really, my brain's not thinking of what that room is called. Oh, the motor room? No, it's the heck is the room? I literally forgot. It's a room for kids that have disabilities, and they can go in there and like have their like time to themselves. I can't remember what the darn room is. Like honestly, I know my mom told me when I was little. I don't know. I think well, she got me to stop doing it. I used to bite my sister. I didn't realize it was autistic back. Yes, thank you, sensory. That's the word, sensory. Thank you so much. That's the word I was looking for. They would go into sensory. I don't. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I literally couldn't think of the word. That's yes, that's what it's called. So they would have their sensory time. I appreciate you so much. Um, but they would go in there. They would like do whatever they want. One would like bouncing on the ball, and there's another ball and whatever. And the one little girl, she was like 5 or 6 or whatever, and would hit the. She would take the darn ball and like chuck it at the like fourth grade. And I'm thinking, why? In my head, I'm thinking, why is she doing this? Like, is she just trying to get us to get out of this room or something? And I think she was, because at the beginning of for sure at the beginning of when we were going to the sensory room, I would have to go. People like me and other people when there was more staff. Um, we would have to we would literally have to sit right in front of the door, because she would want to go out of the door and go straight to the gym, which I really kind of sometimes wish she never knew that the gym existed. I'm not trying to be rude, because every single time we would go to specials, which I had to take her, which was I'm sorry, it was a nightmare when it wasn't gym. I ain't gonna lie. It was a nightmare when it wasn't gym, because every single teacher whose special we went in knew, they knew, because she loved that gym. It's literally what she would like. Gym. Oh, and I'm thinking, God, how am I going to get her to go to my special? Like, we had to devise this plan, because we figured out she liked orange and whatever. So we got her like the teacher got an orange spot. It was like a spot where she could like sit. This is my spot. Like, it worked it did start working, and then I don't know why. All of a sudden it like was not working. Like, she was not like, no. Like, she would like every time we would go like even near the hallway where the gym was, she would like try to turn around. She would literally go in classes were like fifth grade classes, kindergarten, which is her grade, but sometimes that would not be her class. And she would just like go in there and run. I was like, this is the one thing I was like, can't we build that into a schedule? Like, and then the behavioral specialist came, and she would always come when the little girl would just literally be behaving fine. She would never see the times when the little girl would act out. Because the reason why she would never see it, because she would like say like 30 minutes. That's not enough time, because the little girl, anyone could probably be fine for 30 minutes. But I don't know what happened after I left. I don't know if like she got better. I'm assuming she must not have, because she got pulled out of the school, and I know her mom was like a special ed teacher. I don't think she still does that anymore. But it was intense, man. Like, I missed those kids. I missed like, I felt bad when I told them I was leaving, because one of the kids I used to have worked with before being in that classroom, she was crying. I felt so bad, and one of my coworkers was like, you shouldn't tell them that you're leaving. And I was like, I told them, because I knew. I told, particularly the ones I used to work with, I told them because I knew that if they didn't see me, they'd probably be upset. I didn't see them in fourth or fifth grade, but I knew one was going to be real upset, and I was right. It was the same one. She had made me a card. She was like, I'm Miss Burley. I don't want you to leave. And there was other kids, which is really interesting. The kids because there were kids I worked with in first grade that I got to see in like different specials with, because I was in the room with kids that were in the same classes. So I still got to see some of the kids I used to work with in the same classroom. So when I told them I was leaving, they're like, Miss Burley, you're leaving? And I was like, yeah. And I wanted to tell them, because I didn't want them to think I didn't want them to be like, "Where's Miss Burley at? Like, where's she? Where's she at?" And I told the little girl, one of the girls I work with, who has, well, one of the little kids I worked with, who has Down syndrome, I was like, "Miss Burley needs you to like," I was telling her, "Miss Burley needs you to realize, I mean, needs you to understand that she's not always going to be here." I was trying to warn her. I don't know if she ever grasped the concept back then when I was telling her. I was telling her because I didn't want, because some of these kids be taking advantage of her, and taking advantage of kids that are, different. And I was, one thing I was doing, and my mom and dad knew this. They knew I was sacrificing my own mental health and my physical health because it was because this job, particularly this one, literally this one child in the whole class that, and the problem was that this little girl was causing there was another little boy, who was a little bit older than her, like a few years, but he was starting to act out like her because he saw her behavior and was thinking, it gets her attention, so let me do the same crap or similar things. Like he would literally he started running out the classroom thinking it's funny. It was getting on my nerves though, because he was fine until, so I was thinking, when I first saw him in there, I was excited when I saw him come, and I thought that I was sad when I just was sad to see his behaviors because he was fine, he was good, but then I think because he realized they're not paying attention to me as they used to because this little girl needed a lot more attention. Like that's why we had to get another. That's why they had to get another hire another person because of the one little girl, because she was supposed to have, because of all her behaviors, it would cause all these problems. And I do wonder how the person who replaced me, how they did. I didn't ask, but yeah, I realized that. Like for me, honestly, I'd probably be like the little girl who was always trying to run away from the kid because I don't want to be around behavior that could possibly hurt me. Um, and there was times where we would have to like literally vacate the classroom because the little girl destroyed like the classroom with her peeing and pooping all over the place and got and throwing things and stuff and like making those kids not be able to get lesson because of her behaviors. Um, I know my former coworkers, one of them was telling me that the once she left, the room was completely different, which I believe, and I do believe that. And to me, it's insane that they always put the violent kids. They literally always put the violent kids in the classroom. That they literally place them in there as placeholders so they don't know where to put them. That don't make any sense to me. To me, the thing that made me really mad is because they every single person in that whole darn school, including the principal, knew that this child was not supposed to be in the classroom. In any class, it shouldn't be in any classroom because she's too violent and very. To me, if the principal and the vice principal have to be called out of their darn thing all the time for one child, it tells me that that child should have never been placed in that classroom because the principal and the vice principal. I'm not saying that they can't be called out ever, but to be called so often that's the only, like, I'm not saying they don't deal with any other children. I know there was times where the principal and the vice principal were unavailable, so like we just kind of had to deal with this mess. Like, okay, we got to get through the day. Like I remember when we were short staffed, it was horrible, and it was like either one of us was out, the teacher was out, and there was two IAs, which was terrible, by the way. I'm not gonna lie. Or both people, the like two people were out and one person was there, and they had to get a sub. I really hated that mess because we didn't really get subs in the classroom, which made me so upset because I'm like, I would tell my mom, literally my mom and my dad know this, and people that worked with me know. I would. There were times where I was really sick, and I would come in anyways because we didn't have any people. And I told my coworkers knew. I think they've done the same thing. They used to do the same thing before we got an extra person. They would come in when they were sick because they knew we wouldn't get sub for this thing, which is really actually really sad. Because let's be honest, it takes a special person to do special education classes, any kind, particularly the ones that are violent, like and so yeah, it'd be very it would make me upset that I would have to like make myself come in when I was sick because we knew that we and other people knew that my mom and my dad used to say, Mariah, if you don't feel good, you don't have to go. And I would tell them I don't really have a choice because I know they won't have any coverage for that class. And I would feel worse that if they didn't have coverage. And I always would sacrifice my health for that classroom because I'm thinking, I never, and I know people are like, Mariah, that's insane. But for me, because I knew I didn't want to let those kids down. It's probably another reason why it took me so long to quit the job because of that. And I felt terrible when I quit. But I was like, Mariah, if we keep this up, we're going to go into a mental hospital because I really felt like I was very close to cracking when working with. And then you notice I don't mention any other child besides this little girl, and it's the reason because she disrupted the whole flow. The flow of the room was beautiful before she came in there. I ain't trying to be rude or nothing. It was good. It was fine. And I was thinking maybe she ain't coming. I was like, maybe the stuff in her IEP is not the way it was. Way, way wrong. I was wrong, wrong, wrong. I was wrong. Because when I read the IEP and I saw the thing about the repeating poop, and I was like, that must be some kind of joke. Like, that's not real. And because I'd never seen I don't even know what kind of disorder that would be. What is that? I don't even know if that's some kind of disorder or some kind of condition that we're not aware of. Because I've never in my whole entire life heard of anything like that. Not even when, not even when I was a child. Maybe it's just something maybe psychological for her to do. I know it's a release. I do know it, but it's I'm not gonna lie. It's a disgusting release, but it must be a release for her because it's so weird. I've never in my if you saw it, you'd be like grossed out. I'm not gonna lie, it grossed me out because because the thing is the reason why it was disgusting. Like if she was doing it in her diaper or whatever, if it was she was doing it in her diaper, I wouldn't care because at least that's on her bottom. But when she removes the freaking stuff, man, everybody in the whole classroom would be focusing on her. Like, pull your pants up because she would pull because we already knew when she started pulling them down, she's trying to get to the diaper. To the diaper is what she's trying to get to, so she can pull that thing off. And I'm thinking, God, and my brain was like, I was thinking, God, can we please have a day where she don't do it? Like, where she does, we would have to document it too. It was annoying. We have to document if she would pee and poop and like we would literally we had behavior sheets where we had to document what she would do. It was actually very annoying. It was literally one of the grossest freaking things I've ever seen in my entire. Luckily, I will say for me, thank God. I feel bad for my other coworkers. She literally threw poop and pee on them, and I was thinking, oh my, because I remember it. Like they had to go home, and I felt they did not come back for the whole day. So I think Miss. Actually, I don't think my other coworker wasn't there at the time. She didn't. She wasn't hired yet. Um, but it was intense, though. I swear. I was thinking that is the. I don't actually. I probably if that had gotten flung on me, I'd be like, I'm quitting this job. I don't know how. I don't know how they came back. Like after that, I don't know because I'm thinking you threw your waste on me. Like and the thing is, she didn't do it. She didn't do it that she didn't know. She did it on purpose. That's my point, and that's why I have a problem. And to me, that tells me something was not right. I don't know exactly what was wrong with her, what is wrong with her, or was. I don't know what causes those. I don't know if it's like a break from reality or it's like I can release this and I can do whatever the heck I want when I release it. I don't know. But that is the most. I've literally. They actually got us some freaking hazmatish kind of stuff. It's actually disgusting. They had gotten us like a mask thing to fit in. Hell no. See, we are not in freaking. This is not a true crime thing. What the heck? Because the only time you typically wear like face guards if you're in the hospital, like dealing with certain things, you don't normally use that kind of crap in a school setting. Like they got like one of those face guard things to put in your face, and then there was like we had like freaking that was ridiculous. Yeah, there is no way. I suspect her home life was not very cleanly because, and this is gonna be gross. You said what other work? a long time. I do art. I like art, but and Mildred really likes my art for some reason. I don't quite understand. I guess it makes her build things, but I really like doing art. It makes me happy. But and then I freelance on the side. Uh, what's I gonna say? I just hope the best for these children, even though I don't know what happens. I do know that some of the stuff I've done has impacted other kids. I did not. Like the little girl I was telling you about who cried, the reason she cried is because she probably remembered all the stuff that I done, like helped her with, and I remember she would cry about things, and it's almost weird. It's almost like I could see myself in her. I can see myself with each kid I worked with. Probably why I didn't want to give up, because I feel like I did always feel like if I stopped working in the school system, which I did, which makes me sad thinking about it. Um, well, I used to have coworkers. I used to work in the school system. I don't do that anymore. I stopped in the end of 2023. But because it was causing me mental health issues, I would have loved to go back into it, but I'm terrified. I told my mom I said I couldn't do it because I'm terrified it's going to be way worse than what I had uh, left out of, and so I couldn't do it. The reason I then, like I said, the reason it's not even it's to me it's not just work. It wasn't work for me. It was because every time I worked with a kid that had any kind of disability, it made me think of myself and um how I wouldn't want someone to give up on me, and it reminds me of Miss Wedner, my fourth grade teacher, who I still love her to this day. Don't cry, but if I do cry, I'd be happy tears. Uh, she didn't give up on me, and she didn't make me feel less than, and she did what she could. Like all out of all the teachers, I still love her to this day. Like I really do. Honestly, I knew my mom loved her too, and I know the reason I know my mom loved her is because that was the only teacher my mom when she found out she was leaving. That's the only teacher my mom ever she because she knew the kind of relationship the way I must have felt about her. She felt the same way. She just was a very personal person and very kind hearted and just genuinely could tell that she loved kids and she wanted the best for me. And pretty sure she probably wanted the best for everyone else. You said, do you think you ever consider going back? I don't know, honestly. I never actually taught kids with disabilities. I hope this channel would have actually taught kids with disabilities. I hoped it would. I don't know if it has. That was another reason I had originally when I first started this channel. I wanted it to be based on kids. But then I realized, of course, the kids go into adults. So, of course, I'm also an adult. That's not the point. It was when I first started this channel. It was basically I wanted parents to be able to, well, parents that don't know much about disabilities to learn from this channel and possibly help them. But it turned into so much more than I thought. This channel has helped neurotypicals, helped neurodivergents in ways that I didn't see coming. Reached all over the world. Like we had people from the UK, South Africa, Australia, India, different places of the world. I hoped it would happen, and which is insane to me. I want. I just hope that one day that every single person that has a disability out there realizes they can be themselves and they won't be I should be free to be themselves and not be judged or looked at in an odd way and also know that they're supported. That is my main goal. I don't really know if I'm achieving it all the time. I try. Can't say if I'm achieving it. Only other people that watch the channel can tell me. I can't say because I can't know. The same way I didn't know that my words and the things I did were impactful for kids. Is the same way I can't know if what I'm saying is impactful for other people if they don't tell me. So I can't say. Um, has this? I wonder if this. I don't know if this channel has achieved the goal I want. It's achieving it. I don't know if it's achieved it all the way. No, I'm not sure. Um, I hope it is, but I can't. I feel like for me, I always want more, but that's because of probably my mentality being a kid and now, and of course, an adult. Was a child and now an adult. Well, child, then teenager, then adult. Um, Wanting more because that's part of me my work ethic. Uh, I put every single thing I am in these videos and the live streams, which I'm pretty sure some people can tell, some people may not, which that's their problem, not mine. I actually literally put I don't put my literal heart into everything, but I do put all the passion I have for whatever topic or thing I'm doing, particularly in these videos and the live streams. I do put a lot of effort into it because I know that some people don't feel like they're heard, they're seen, and that's the one thing I always wanted. I want people to, particularly in the disability community, sorry for any neurotypicals, because neurotypicals, I'm not trying to be rude, but neurotypicals are not normally overlooked or mistreated or forgotten. Now, people like me and others, we also are told to shut up and like be silent and like just basically let things fall the way they are and not supposed to advocate for ourselves, which is ridiculous because I'm sure neurotypicals advocate for themselves and don't get told to be quiet. That's actually the reason I wrote that poem, We Rise. That's why I wrote that because I was thinking about how not even just I wasn't thinking about marginalized communities when I wrote it. It can apply to that, but I was thinking about how the disability community is often silenced, voices are not heard. That to me that kind of sounds it's like to me in my opinion, even though I think Mildred says an anthem for like I think she said it's for the youth or whatever or something. I think it's an anthem for the disability community as a whole. And it could also be an anthem for marginalized communities like African Americans, different other I don't know all the different marginalized groups. I can't think of all of them. There are probably ones out there that I'm not thinking of. Sorry. Um, and just because I'm African American, I don't mean there could be other ones like Asians, uh, Hispanics, and so forth and so on. And there's probably stuff I'm forgetting. But point is, that I wanted that to be like I don't have privilege. I've never had privilege. I'm all three of the in my opinion, I have triple whammy. I'm black or African American. I have a disability and I'm a woman. All three of those are whammies against me. Um, well, let's be honest. First, you see my race, but you can't typically people don't typically notice my disability until I let them know. People when I tell people they're like what, um, and to me, being able to have a platform where I can speak is amazing. I know people are all like, why is it amazing? Because let's be honest, back 100 plus years ago, I'm sure I don't think anybody that would look like me had any kind of platform or be able to use their voice. I probably would have been murdered for using my voice. That I like should say back actually maybe not even 100. I'll say 200, maybe 200 plus years. Um, didn't have it could be 100 years, but I think probably more likely the 1800s and the 1700s. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I'm pretty sure I probably would have been murdered. Because I would probably just stand up for what I believe and get killed for saying things which I wouldn't feel bad about. Because I have a right to speak my voice. I'm using my voice same way everyone else does. Um, Anyone growing up in the 90s and earlier uh, understood why being able to. I didn't honestly back when I was in the 90s. I never thought about honestly. I swear I would have probably never been on YouTube. I remember when I was in college. In 2000 and when I started college, 2010. Um, and when did we have this project? Was it 2012, 2000? Maybe 2000. Was it 2013 or honestly, it was one of my business classes. We had a project and we had to do videos on YouTube. And that's the first time I ever had I'm not saying I never had access to YouTube. I watched YouTube. I didn't actually have my own channel back then because I didn't want it. And fun, it's ironic because I told them, I said, back then I remember I saying, I'm never going to have a YouTube channel. Ironic, I did not know. Which is funny because I didn't know that I was going to having my own YouTube channel, and I didn't know that it would help people. I hoped for helping people. I didn't see the YouTube thing being my thing because I'm introverted, and then my disabilities on top of it makes it harder. So I'm like, okay, Mariah, we're not doing that. Like, I just remember when I first started, my dad was like, you're doing, like, he would be very encouraging, and this other guy, who was one of my first subscribers. I don't know what happened to him. He was really good at art. I really loved his channel. He made words. He would make art out of words. So he would write a word and he would make it into art. And I was like impressed. I don't know what happened to his channel. His name was, I think his name was Matt Young, Cloud Art or something like that. He was the first person that said, Mariah, you smile more, like, and he was right. Like, my dad always tells me to smile more. Which is why I smile. You see me smiling a lot more in my videos and my content, which came natural after I had done it for a while. It wasn't natural at first because I'm not really a smiley person. Like, my two sisters are like that. But he was very encouraging. He would learn things. Kind of reminds me of you, Nick. But but I'm saying he was encouraging when I first starting, like when I think it might have been like back when I was like at 50 or 100 or something back then, back way before this, where we got to this point where we started live streaming and stuff. I never saw the channel coming to this point where we have people from different parts of the world like telling me, "Oh, hi from Germany, hi from like all these places around the world." I didn't see it happening. I just was like, I literally hoped for it. I hoped like this would reach people and help people in a way I didn't see coming. Like, to me, it fascinates me that people that it fascinates me that people that are like I don't know in real life are way more generous than people I actually know in down in real life. Like, Mildred is one of the most generous people I've ever encountered in, like, that I don't even know in person. Like, I don't, to me that's insane. Like way more generous than people I actually know in real life. I've never met anyone like that. Like, her support of my art and her loving it and buying it so much, and her monthly support. She gave him a monthly Patreon, and her support there, the way she is, like, I've never, I like, she like in like I don't even know what to say. My brain is like in shock mode because I've never met anyone like her. Um Out of all people, like, that's why I call her my number one cheerleader, online cheerleader, because she is that. Like, she actually has a heart of gold. Most people are not like her. There's very, very few that are like that. Typically, what you have to do is ask people to do things, and they'll just then they'll do it. I don't have to ask her to do this. She just does it because she wants to. And most people, let's be honest, most people have lied to me and said they're going to support me, and they don't. Like, I've literally had it happen throughout my whole life, like in real life and online. To me, I'm really tired of people that are fake to me, and it's annoying. I'm tired. If you don't want to support me, just say that rather than, oh, Mariah, I'm gonna do this for you, and then you never do it. I hate that mess. Like, um, people in my real life has done that, and people online saying they're gonna do something and they don't. I literally hate people that because it makes me not trust you. I'd rather someone say they're not going to do something and then they don't do it than someone tell me they're going to do something and they never intended to do it. Um, like, I hate when people overpromise things too, because, like, you know that you're not going to do it. Like, I just don't get it. It just irritates me. Um, like, because I've had people in the past, and even in the present, people that were saying, "Oh, Mariah, I'm gonna be a Patreon. I'm gonna be a Patreon. I'm Patreon." Oh no, I actually can't do it. Like, but then why did you tell me in the first place you're gonna do it? Why would you do that? Just tell me. The one thing I told, like, one of my, I don't even know what he is, former friend. I don't know what the heck he is. he would ask me like because he kept doing something I asked him not to do. He kept doing this thing where you come, he would like I would message him, no response. Then he comes back and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I want to be a good friend. What can I do to change?" I tell you, and you do the opposite. It's literally why I don't like being friends with people in general. Like because I'm like you keep saying this bullshit like to me, and then you text me, and then I believe it, and then I'm like. The one thing I said, I'm not gonna believe anything, and I'm not gonna trust anything you say until you actually show me with action. Like I'm sick and tired of people telling me, "Oh, Mariah, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and this," and you know you're not doing it. So why just rather? I'd rather someone tell. I hate liars. I hate liars. Of all the things I hate, it's one thing I hate the most. Like it gets on my nerves lying to me. Because to me, when you lie, you basically saying, Mariah, what you said, what you say doesn't bullshitting matter. Like what the like I don't give a shit about you over here. Like to me, if you lie about something small, means you can lie about something big. So why the hell should I trust you? Um, and you don't. And the thing is, you don't. The thing is, I always tell the person, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be a patron. I didn't say you have to do that, but I'd rather someone tell me the truth than say some stupid lie to try to impress me, which doesn't impress me when you're already lying. Like that's literally one of the reasons I don't like being friends with people because sometimes they think, oh, Mariah, oh, I could just literally. I think people don't understand the concept of just tell Mariah the truth. Like I can take it. Obviously, I'm a very brutally honest person. And if you don't get that, I guess you don't want to be friends with me because I give too many people chances after chances. Sometimes, eventually, I'm going to cut the person off because I've done that before. Like I've given people chance after chance after chance. Like I remember with there are people that actually this one guy from where is he from? Poland. I think he's from Poland. He's come in and out of my life. Whatever. That's whatever. I wouldn't say I'm not saying we're not friends, but I wouldn't say we're close friends. We met through that game. King of Avalon. That I used to play. Thank God I stopped playing it. It's actually been almost 4 years. I'm not sorry. I'm glad I'm not playing it. It was too toxic. He didn't make it toxic. But I was saying, so like he comes in and out. We're not that good of friends. I'm not saying I don't care about people. I do, but I'm deciding now that I'm not gonna like stress myself out. Like if I don't talk to like Raul or whatever, I don't talk to him. He's not from Poland. Just random said that. Like it's whatever. Because I decided for him, I said for Raul, I'm just gonna have social friendship, and I told him this. I said because like I'm tired of. I'm really kind of just tired from the in and out. Because in my opinion, why should I keep being having a friendship that is deep with someone when they keep coming in and out of my freaking life? Like, why would I do that? From now on, I think I'm gonna do that with people. People that keep coming in and out of my life, I don't have to go deep. I don't want to. That's what I'm gonna start doing. I think, because they don't deserve to have deep, intimate details of my life when they keep coming in and out of my damn life like a dang. What comes in and out of your life? Like, okay, nothing comes in and out of your life, but I'm thinking like a bee buzzing in and out of the darn like from your ear to your other ear. That's what I'll say. Like I don't owe anybody anything. Same way people don't owe me anything. But I'd rather someone just be honest and say, "Oh, Mariah, I didn't intend to make you feel a certain way, or I didn't intend to say this." Like I told people, well, I'm typically really straight off. Like you don't like. I told my friend, my best friend, I said, "You don't have to be one of my patrons. You don't have to do that. You don't." Because I know she has like other stuff going on in her life, whatever. You don't have to do that. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, see? She gets it. She don't try to, I have to do it over here. She don't, like, seriously, she gets it. Like, I purposely make sure I say, you don't have to do it. So if you go and say you're going to do it and you're making me think something, then I'm like, okay, you say you're going to do it, so why you say that? Like, I don't like people telling me they love something, and I hate people that try to. I hate when people say things to make me feel things just to like get a rise. Why would you do that? Like, sometimes I think about like, should I block people? Like, and I know I should. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to start doing that with random people because I don't deserve to be treated like I, like, for example. The same way you provide people with like, basically, I provide people with my heart, and like you keep breaking it. Why the hell do I keep going through that? Like, why do I let people back in there that continuously break my heart, regardless of their friends or relationship, whatever? One thing I think I'm deciding now is if you keep continuously breaking the things you say, I'm just going to ignore you at the point. I'm starting ignoring people. That's what I'm starting. And then people will be like, "Why are you being mean, Mariah?" I've had people think I'm mean. Oh, whatever. Because I think I deserve the same way you deserve. Like, because literally, I hate being ignored, and particularly, I've had it happen so often when people do it. Like, for example, there are people that would just read my messages and ignore me, and it really makes me want to. I literally want to block people when they do that. I literally want to. I've had in the past this one guy. He kept saying, "Oh, he wants to be my friend. I want to be your friend." Blah 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 blah. He was on Twitter, one of my Twitter friends, whatever. He was like, "I want to be friends," but then he keeps going in and out, like as if I'm supposed to freaking keep catering to you. It reminds me of my stupid ex, anyways. By the way, and the reason why I say that is because some of my exes would go in and out, like who the hell do you think I am? I'm supposed to wait around for you like I'm a damn what is it, like a bus stop? There we go. Wait around me like I'm a damn bus stop. I don't owe you that. Like I remember like one of my exes had gone like I had like tried to contact him. We just randomly disappeared for like 6 months, and then all of a sudden I'm back. What the hell you mean you're back? Supposedly he went to rehab. But I don't believe that. Whatever. I think he stopped talking to me because I told him I wasn't sending him no darn gift card or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's exactly what I think, and I don't care. And I'm glad I'm glad we're never ever dating ever again. That was great. That was the best thing. And then after him, stupid Jeremy, I don't like him either. And I'm not any Jeremy out there. The one idiot one that is my ex. He's a piece of shit, by the way. Um, he's a piece of crap. But like I'm so glad my most recent ex is in my life. He's awesome. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be alive right now, honestly, because the week before last week was really hard. Hence probably why I can still be friends with him, because he's always been there. Like people are like, Mariah, well, you should. I don't give a shit what anybody tells me. I can be friends with my ex if I want to. Not the garbage exes, but the one who actually was there for me in bad and good times, and during times where I was depressed, and I was there for him when he was going through stuff. I won't let go of someone like that. And I don't give a shit if anybody tells me, why don't you go F yourself, is what I gotta say. When I get angry, when I say when it cuts someone off, if you hear me say the word F yourself, that means I'm done dealing with you. I've done it before. When I'm gonna get mad enough, I will say F yourself, that person. And it means I'm done with that person all the way. I don't mean half done, it means all the way done. Because the point you've gotten to the point where you disrespected me to a point where I'm like that, I'm not doing it anymore. You don't just, well, other words you don't want to hear, that's the one thing. I've had it. I've done that more than once with people. Um, and I'm not sorry for it because they deserve what they got said to them. Because like I know I can only take so much, and I don't I think that I deserve better than what some of these people give to me, like friends or not or otherwise. There are a few people that heard me say F yourself or F said it to them. I'm not feeling bad about it either. Good for them if they feel bad. I don't care. Actually say worse than F yourself, but I can't say it on here because then YouTube will take it down. I say other things, particularly for guys. Particularly for guys, it's not particularly for girls because girls don't have that part. But yeah, sorry, Nick. Um, guys, I say something else, but I can't say it on here. It's funny in my head when I think about it. And it's not like harming down there though. Just to clarify, it's not harming down there, but it does involving things. I can't say that. And when I say that and that phrase, then Yeah, there's no freaking coming back from that phrase, so yeah. But technically, when I say that phrase, it just means you fucked it up so bad that there ain't no coming back from it. That's what it means, and it ain't my fault, by the way, when you effed it up that bad. Luckily, I've never said to anyone in here, so we're good. Uh, but yeah. You said being a form of British, um, you have, but I can't say it on here. I can't say it on here though. I can't say it on here. I can't say it on here because they're gonna be all these. I can't. Nick, I can't say it on here. But I'm sure you can probably figure out what I mean, but you maybe not because you're not in my brain. But if you were in my brain, you'd laugh at it but it wouldn't be. But that wouldn't happen to you. It only happened to people that fuck with me and think they're gonna keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it, and there's no results. Just saying, you got the idea. Okay. And like I said, it's not like it's not like what's that one? It's not like Lorraine Babbitt. No, it's not like that. Okay, it's not like that. It's better than that. I guess it would be a medium-sized threat. I mean, not really a threat. It's not really a threat. It's more like I just want them to do that so they can leave me alone. But and I'm not sorry for saying it because you shouldn't have pushed me to that point. Um, and I don't typically throw it around like that phrase. Um, it's only where you literally disrespect me to where I'm like I'm done dealing with this no anymore. So then that's what happens. Um, I don't know. But I know my ex will be happy today because then I can tell him there's no really been any trolls today, which is amazing. I am so happy that there's not really been any trolls today, Nick and Mildred. That's awesome. Oh, Mildred, did you see the four pieces, the four new pieces? I know I did one, well, two on undiagnosed disability. One was the written form of that poem, and the other one was the title page. And then I also did the title only for my short story or my creative story, Cassie the caterpillar shares her special interest, and then what's the other one? I did it. This is the second version, okay, because there's already a drawing which I used for my thumbnail on YouTube. That YouTube video for my creative story. It's called Wally the Worm Does Not Know the Way to the Art Museum, and I did a title. So I did a title for that, and there's actually also a drawing that goes with it. So that's the first version is the drawing, which I really like the drawing a lot better than I like the title page, but that's because I am very different towards my own art. I appreciate, no, just I want you to know I really, 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 really like from the bottom of my heart appreciate you buying my art because you're honestly I was telling my ex that you buying my art tells me that you actually really believe in it, and most people don't. I believe in it. You believe in it. I don't know many people that believe in it. So it means a lot to me. See, I'm trying not to cry, because it makes me feel like you actually see, like, me, because my art's also an extension of myself, so to see that you love it that much makes me so happy. Not many people like it like that, or people say they like it, which I don't believe them. One thing I told my ex today, I don't believe people when they say they love it, because they don't actually buy it or even look at it, so I don't believe shit they say to me. Like one of my Twitter friends. Oh, the link to my artwork. It's under my dang, it's under my bio. Let me see if I can show you. Hold on, I'll show you. I have my tablet right here. Let me see if I can show you it. Cause it might be easier to see than what am I trying to say? Than to say it. Hold on. Okay. You see, this is my page, right? Do you see the part that says, hold on, let me see if you can see it. Do you see under my name? It has this part where it says uh it actually has the Patreon and the link to the coffee under it. So it's right under the part that is under my under like the name that says hi, my name's Mariah. It's right under that part. You can click on the links on there, or you can click on the more option under the bio with the bio, and it should have those links on there. My art makes me really happy. Like today when I only feel pressure sometimes for myself because I like my art needs to be a particular. Oh, and also for you know, since you're the link, it will be there's a shop tab. That's where you click on because all my art's under that. I have so many different arts. One of my particular art pieces was this. I don't know what year you are from. Like what year? Like, cause I'm a '90s baby, and there was one of my art. It's a blue and purple mask, and it's based off of the one of the endings on it. It was either a Nickelodeon or a. Thank you so much, Mildred. I appreciate you. I swear I do. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, there we go. Mildred put my link in the tab. That's for my Patreon. I do have a coffee one, but you can click under the You can go under my bio if you want to get that one. Um, yeah, you can put link. Only the mods can put links. No one else can. Um, but and the coffee's under there too. It should be the one right next to the Patreon link if you want that one. But oh, thank you, Nick. It's like you read my mind. Okay, so Nick and Mildred both. I appreciate you both. Thank you so much. You just made me smile. Um, Sorry, I got happy because no. Oh, for anyone that doesn't know, Mildred. I don't know if Mildred. Wait, can I share the thing you told me about your with what you did with your house with my art? Can I say it? Because it makes me happy. It actually makes me want to cry. I was telling my ex about it, and he was like, I'm so proud of you. That's what he said. Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know this, Mildred told me, and she told me I could say it. Okay, so Mildred said, which is impressive to me. She said she like buys my art and then she like put it out. She has like my art over all over her house. So she has like an art gallery of my art all over her house. And I would say, yeah, they're really good, awesome mods. Mildred, I would say, is my number one online cheerleader. I told her this. I just like saying that. It makes me happy. So like she's bought like I think based on what I tracked, it's like 60 of my drawings. I'm like, what the heck? Um, Probably going to be more because I keep making more art. Because I said, I said eventually you'll have all my art pieces, and she said that's not possible because that's impossible because you're probably going to keep making art. But she's probably actually right. I've been making art since I was off and on since I was a kid, teenager, and an adult. So she's probably accurate. Which is quite intriguing in my opinion. I love art. Like art, ever since I was a child, art has made me happy. I don't know. It just to me it's impressive that somebody loves my art that much that they would buy it. Like I don't think my art is too cheap, but I also don't think it's too expensive. But I don't know. For some people, it might be. Each drawing is each drawing is $25. I know people are like that's too cheap, but then some people are like that's too expensive, depending on. Yeah, I do have. Yeah, that's true. I have some of my artwork from a child as a child. Some of my artwork. Most of my artwork is. I mean, actually, all my artwork is original. Okay, not all of it. Yes, every single one that's up is original. The ones that are not original, I do not have posted up because they are probably copyrighted. So I have art based on cartoons, but I didn't post it because it's not original. It's not my art. All of the stuff that's up is my art from childhood, teenage years, and adulthood. My favorite drawing. I don't know if I have a favorite drawing from childhood. I have a lot of like. I realized like when I was a child, I had a lot more creativity. Not that I don't have any now. It's just a lot more. There's more of an imagination. You can see it. Then teenage years, I feel like all my art is very abstract, but that's just also a thought. I think one of my favorite pieces has to be the one. One of my favorite pieces is called ADHD and hold on, proud to be. Let me go see if I have it. 1 second, guys. Let's bring my art over there so if I'm and that one too. See if I have it in here. It might be on mine. I think this has got to be this is literally one of my favorite pieces. I can find it to be great. Like I have some, oh yeah, also I have some drawings based on my poems and stuff. Like one is called Lines. It's a poem I made. Let's see if I can find my favorite piece. It's my favorite piece is my ADHD one. If you want to. This is my favorite piece. I made this because I'm an ADHDer, but also I like it. I like my favorite bugs are caterpillars and worms. So I really liked it because I have insects here, and then I have one for ADHD, being dyslexic, and being autistic. I think for me another one I really like is this one. This one is one I really like here. You are strong, you are brave, you are a warrior, and you are a strong, brave warrior. All of the ones I've shown, the 2 I've shown are actually up on there for anyone who wants to buy it. You're not obligated to do anything. You said, can you share a funny story? When I homeschooled my son, I wanted him to appreciate art. He never liked coloring, drawing, painting or drawing. Oh, I did this one. This is supposed to be a phoenix. I really like it, and also these are my initials, M and B. I like this one. It's my own unique version of a phoenix. It's funny. The only thing is I don't like purple, but it looks good on color. It's kind of interesting. I've always loved art since I feel like if I did it as a career, I probably would not want to do it anymore. Because then it'd become not a hobby or a thing I like. I don't know what does squash mean and swash is. What's that mean? I don't know what that means. This is the one I was talking about for anyone that didn't know. I was talking about the Nickelodeon thing. This little face is based off of that Nickelodeon thing, but it's not exactly. They had like a little, I don't know what one that was on, what program, if that was on, you mean the actual vegetable? I thought you meant, I don't know what I thought you meant. Actually, no, I did. I thought you meant something like based off a sponge. Yeah, oh, see, yeah, I don't know. Nick, do you know, I don't know if, wait, maybe in South Africa, did they have the little thing, the thing with, I don't know, because I don't know if our childhoods were different, because you're from South Africa and I'm from the US. I don't know if they had the part with the ending with the, the little face thingy. I don't remember what series it was from. Dang on it. It's annoying. I don't know if I don't like squash. Sorry. See if I see. Look, this one makes me happy too because I like bugs. It's not weird. I love my favorite is this one's supposed to be a caterpillar here, and this one is a worm. And people that judge me, they can judge me, but I'll ignore them. I really love art. Art's my favorite. Like it's always made me. I don't remember. Yeah, it was in the credits. I don't remember what series though. Oh, different shows. See, I don't see. You know what I'm talking about though. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what the shows was. The shows were. I don't remember. Maybe it was on Rocket Power or something else I watched or something because I don't remember. But I remember that face thing, and I was trying to when I was trying to draw the mask thing. When I drew the mask, I was thinking of that show when I drew it. Oh, I think you'll like this one, Angela. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it. I think you'll like this one. Hold on. Wait, someone liked this one I did. Not that one. Not that one. Where is it? Hold on. I think she'll like this one if I can find it. That'd be great. Not that one. Not that one up there. This is the one Mildred likes, and I like it too. Hold on. This one, I like too. It says free to be. It says bird. Oh, good. Wait. It looks like it was backwards for a second. Hold on. Yeah, it says free to be, and it's like birds around it. When I was doing it, I was thinking of a bird. Let me see if I can find. That's not the one I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? It's called Love Without Limits, and I think you'd like this one. If I can find it, that'd be great. Oh, I think I found it. This is the one I think you'd like. It says Love Without Limits. See? Love Without Limits. And it's like a shooting heart. I know it's not a shooting star. I purposely made it a heart because, you know, people always equate hearts to love. I don't know why. And this one I think you also will like. Hold on. Mildred has, I think she has this one and the other one. Let's be honest, she has most of my art. Let's be honest, if I'm being honest about it. And then this one is like a clover, and it says, a little hope goes a long way. And I actually, for that one, the symbol on this one, I actually did from Mildred's, well, Nick probably knows, Mildred's, when on our community drawing, Mildred picked a clover, and because when she picked it, it fit with the concept I was trying to do for hope. I was like, let me put I want that in the symbol. I want that as the symbol of for it. But everything I've shown you, Angela and Nick, if you want, is on my channel. There's no new stuff I've added today. And of course, these are all the when you guys see me reading, these are what the sticky notes on these sticky notes is what I read for my my daily thing. I write them up. So you were like, well, what are you looking at? This is literally what I'm looking at when I'm doing my shorts. I know you're probably like, why? Because my brain can't remember too much at a time for those. So yeah. I have like a lot of them in my drawers because I have a whole like grouping of it. Those are some of my art. I think the ones I like, I'd say I like the most, probably ones from childhood. I like stuff from adulthood too. This one, let me see if I can show you, if I can find it. I don't think, Mildred, do I have this one up? Because I think this one, if this is not up there, can you tell me? Are you here, Mildred? This one, I don't know if this is up on there, because if it's not, I'm going to add it, because I think it's good. Like, love yourself, believe in yourself, be true to yourself, and be yourself. If it's not up there, please let me know, Mildred. Just message me on Twitter, like like we talk on there. My art just makes me happy. Like, most people are like, why does it make you happy? Because it just does. Like, when I was a kid, even a teenager, in the art museum, when people would come near me and talk to me when I'm looking at the art, I get aggravated because I'm like, why would you do that? You know, I only got limited amount of time to look at the art. This is supposed to be a deconstructive flower, which I really, really like. This one, people always say it's something that it's not, which is a lie, by the way. This is like a worm, and don't say it's it's not that. Like, one of my stupid friends who's stupid, I said, he calls it something, he says it's something else. It's not that, I promise, it's not that. It's not that, I promise you. I don't know. Does anyone see any more of my art, or do you just want me to go? I'm just asking for anybody who wants. And I'm only asking the people that are actually in the chat. I'm not asking anyone else because I can't see what you guys want. I'm very curious to see when we're gonna get to 480, so I can put that poll up. And I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen in the end. So for that, because I like doing my polls for deciding, so we can decide what topic we're gonna do for getting to 1500. I can't believe we're almost there. We'll soon be there. That's insane to me. For anyone that doesn't know, I do celebratory live streams every 100. Since 300 subscribers, I've started doing it every 100 subscribers. Because I didn't do it before then. So when we get to 1500, whatever topic was chosen, that's what we'll do. last one was chosen was a community poem, and that was amazing. I really really liked that one. That was really good. I was like kind of surprised. I loved how Nick and Logan, like their lines, they had one line that they combined. Well, I think they did combine, and then me and Logan had, we both had two lines. Same with Nick and Logan, they both had two lines, but we combined them together, and it flowed very very well. That one I really liked that one. And all the streams, I think I like that one, and then I would say after that one I liked the community drawing the second best, and then after that one I would say the singing the songs one. All of those, I think those were very creative live streams. The poem and the drawing. The singing one was creative because the community got to tell me what to sing. Um, and I love that. I love that I made those sub only because, well, I'm glad that I've started making those sub only because it makes it more fun and more intimate. Because, and then we don't also have no trolls. So yeah. Uh, anyone have anything else before I sign out? Anybody? And again, thank you, Nick and Mildred, for all you've done. And let me make sure my chat is not broken. Hold on, because sometimes that happens, and it gets on my nerves when it happens. And I'm thinking it might have happened. Hold on, hold on, guys. Let me check to make sure my chat. I feel like my chat's broken because it's not moving, and I'm not understanding why it's not moving. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, I see you didn't. I didn't see it. So, whoa, you guys were all this and I didn't see it. Oh my gosh, because the last part it says in orange is last part. So you guys said you love that one. I don't know which one you guys said. Okay, let's see. Um, oh, okay, you guys have nothing else to add, guys. Sorry guys. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and rest of your week. And I'll see those who come on Saturday live streams that are 12. I think you guys will like this live stream because it's going to be based on celebrities with that have ADHD. Oh, hi, Kostas. I couldn't see your message in here, but I can see it in here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope, Angela, if you look at the art that you like it. And Nick, too, same for you if you look at it. I don't know if you are, but hope you enjoy it. As always, love you guys. Bye.